All right, let's uncork a true classic today. A story all about courage, some serious culture clash, and one very, very important barrel. Get ready because we are diving deep into the legendary comic Asterix in Britain.
So here's our game plan. We're going to follow our heroes from Caesar's invasion all the way through a desperate Gaulish rescue mission. We'll get lost in the chaos of ancient London, chase down a missing barrel, accidentally invent a sport, and, believe it or not, witness the birth of a world-famous tradition.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The mighty Roman Empire is on the move, and its shadow is falling over a brand new land. Julius Caesar himself has invaded Britain, and honestly, his conquest seems like a done deal.
The year is 50 BC. Roman legions are everywhere, and just like back in Gaul, all of Britain is now occupied. Well, not quite all of it. You guessed it, there's one small, scrappy village of Britons in Cantium that's still holding out against the invaders.
But here's the thing. The Romans have stumbled upon this peculiar little flaw in the British defense: their absolute, unshakable dedication to routine. See, the Romans just attack after 5 o'clock, because that's when the Britons all clock off for their daily cup of hot water with a spot of milk. And weekends, oh, don't even think about it. They never fight on weekends. It's just not proper, you see.
So, with defeat getting closer and closer, the British chief, a fella named Zibigbaz, sends one of his best warriors, Anticlimax, on a super risky mission across the channel. His goal? Find his cousin, Asterix, in that one Gaulish village that has basically perfected the art of Roman bashing, and bring back their secret weapon.
And before we find out what that secret weapon is, hey, if you're loving this story so far, do us a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us bring more of these classic explainers to you.
So the stakes are clear. The Gauls decide, you know what, we gotta help our cousins out, and they have the perfect thing to completely turn the tide of this war.
For anyone who might not know, the secret to the Gaulish village's success is this right here, the magic potion. It's brewed by their awesome druid, Getafix. You take a few sips and bam, you've got incredible superhuman strength for a while. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate Roman repellent.
The plan seems simple enough. Getafix whips up a batch and fills a whole barrel. Asterix, along with his best friend Obelix, who is permanently super strong by the way, are tasked with getting Anticlimax and that precious cargo back to Britain. Obelix, of course, adds his own personal goal to the list: find some decent roasted boar.
And so our heroes land in Britain. After a quick run-in with a Roman galley, they make their way to the big city, Londinium, and it's here that they get their first, pretty jarring taste of British culture.
Man, the culture shock is instant, and it is hilarious. The Britons are just so polite, even in a fight. They drive their chariots all neat and tidy, on the left side of the road. And, to Obelix's absolute horror, their idea of a good meal is boiled boar with mint sauce, and their favorite drink is this lukewarm, bitter stuff they call beer.
After his very first British meal, completely disgusted by the whole boiled boar and warm beer situation, Obelix just comes right out and says it, the line that becomes the theme of the whole trip: "These Britons are crazy."
So while our guys are trying to figure out all these weird customs, disaster strikes. A Roman patrol spots them and decides to confiscate every single barrel of wine in the inn they're staying at. And yeah, that includes the one barrel with the magic potion. What happens next is just brilliant. The Romans are ordered to find the potion, so they figure the best way is to taste test every barrel. The whole garrison just descends into this wild, unplanned party. Legionaries are getting drunker and drunker, and when Asterix and Obelix finally break in, they find themselves in the middle of a massive tavern brawl.
And in all that drunken chaos, some local thief spots what he thinks is a barrel of really good wine and just makes off with it. And of course, it's the barrel, the one with the magic potion. So now our heroes have to chase this guy through the winding streets of Londinium.
Okay, if you are on the edge of your seat right now, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss how this absolutely crazy chase ends.
The chase takes them all over the city, and they finally track the thief down in a town called Camalodunum. But it's too late. He's already sold the barrel to a local sports team, a team that's in the middle of a really strange, really violent game.
I mean, this scene is just one of the all-time greats. The teams are playing some early version of rugby, and the ball they're using is, you guessed it, the barrel of magic potion. Obelix sees this giant brawl and just joyfully dives right in. You've got players, Gauls, and Romans all colliding in this massive, chaotic free-for-all that pretty much invents the rules of rugby as it goes along.
And then, in the final, desperate scramble, a Roman player tackles the barrel. It just shatters. The entire supply of magic potions spills out into the River Thames, gone forever. It's just a moment of total despair. The mission looks like a complete failure.
So now the Roman army is surrounding the British village for the final attack. There's no magic potion left. All hope seems completely lost. But Asterix, he's a strategist. He is not ready to give up just yet.
As the Britons start to panic, Asterix holds up a hand and says, "Have faith in me. I have an idea." He remembers this little pouch of dried leaves he got from a merchant from the east, and you can just see the gears turning in his head.
He gets him to boil a huge cauldron of water, and then he dramatically empties the pouch of herbs into it. He serves this aromatic brew to the warriors, telling them it's a special secret potion he's been saving. It's not magic, of course. It's tea.
And what happens next is just incredible. The Britons, totally convinced they now have magic strength, charge the Roman lines with a ferocity the Romans have never seen from them before. The psychological boost, it works. The Romans were expecting their usual 5 o'clock cakewalk, and instead they're terrified by this sudden wild onslaught. They are completely defeated. Britain is saved.
With the Romans sent packing, Britain is finally free. Asterix and Obelix say goodbye to their cousin Anticlimax and a very, very grateful nation. And that peculiar herb? Oh, it's an instant hit. The Britons adopt it as their new national drink, something to be enjoyed every day at 5 o'clock, turning what was once a moment of weakness into a powerful ritual of strength.
And hey, if this heroic tale was your cup of tea, the absolute best way to show it is to give this explainer a like and subscribe for all our future adventures.
Which, leaves us with one final thought to mull over. The story really makes you ask, where does true strength come from? Is it from some external, magical power-up, or is it from the courage and the belief that we find inside ourselves? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us.